In this video, I'm going to show you how we go about taking the models that we made in the first four assignments of DFTG 1433 and placing those into an Inventor IDW. Now, IDW is a drawing file, and this drawing file will have a border and a title block and all that sort of thing. So what your first step would be is to go over to Open, which is this folder that looks right up here, or you could go to File and go to Open that way. Either way will work. So I'm just going to pick on Open, and that should take me to my current folder, and by current I mean the one that is in our project file. And so we have a prototype drawing that you should have downloaded from Blackboard called AnyCAD B. This is a B size sheet, which means it's 17 by 11, proto, which means this is a prototype. So this is a prototype that our department made, and we named it, and there's nothing magic about this name. It's just the name that we gave it, AnyCAD B prototype. Now there's also an AnyCAD B prototype SI, and you don't want to use SI because that indicates that it's international standards, which would be in the metric system. So we just want the one named Proto. So we would select that one and pick Open. All right, so let me make sure this is going to open. Pick on it, open, here we go. I think it's going to open this time. And when it opens, it's going to look like a sheet, like this guy right here does, and it has a border and it has a title block and all that. And over here in the browser, this is an important part of this thing. And so when we go to fill out the title of the drawing and all this stuff in here, a lot of that will be done by editing from the browser up here. And so actually, if we pick on right next to where it says AnyCAD title block, there's a plus sign. If you pick on that, it says field text. And if you double click on field text right over here on the left hand side, it's going to open up this table. And for drawing title right in here, you can say, put all caps on, you could write daily work projects. And that is going to go right into this part of the title block. And under scale, we're going to say noted, because we're going to use different scales on this. And then you would put today's date in here. And under drafter, you would put your initials, and that will go right in here by drawn by. So if I type my initials, DWS, this is sheet 1 of 1. And for our class section, there's a 5-digit number that accompanies your section number here at ACC. And you can see that in Blackboard if you scroll to the top of the upper left. And like in this particular class this semester, I think it's 28017. And that's what you would type in there. If you're in a different semester or a different instructor, it might have a different number there. So I'm just going to leave these X's, but these 5 X's are going to be replaced down here in the title block with your section number. So when I pick OK, watch what happens down in here. Okay, you can see that it loaded all that information. And so this daily work projects, I would like to have that centered a little bit better in that line. So I'm going to go back over here and double click again on field text. And I'm going to put my cursor right in front of the D and daily, and I'm going to just do a couple of spaces and pick OK. And that looks better. It's more centered now. Okay, so that's one of the things that we will do. The other thing we're going to be editing is right down here. We have this general note that says interpret the drawing in accordance with the ASME Y 14.100 2004 and ASME Y 14.5-2009. If you double click on that, that is a text box that we've already put in here. And under the material, I think these parts are made of different materials. So what we're going to write there is noted under material, and then we'll note what the material is next to each one of the drawings. So I'm going to pick OK on that, and you can see that that updated down here. So now we're ready to put in our projects. The first project we're going to put in is an isometric view of the tool slide 1433. So you'll go up here to the upper left where it says base view and pick on base view. And at that point, what you want to do is search for the part that you want to put in. So there's a little button right here that says open an existing file, and we want to go pick tool slide 1433 and pick open. All right, so that changes out our tool slide 1433, but you can see what it's giving us is a front view. So we're going to pick on the upper left corner of the front view like that right there, and that gives us that view. And now that's not the orientation that the sketch has. So we're going to go to the upper right corner and pick on that. And that is actually the orientation of the view. And under our scale, what we're going to do, we're going to change the scale on this to where it's 1/2. So right now this says the scale is 1:1, which means it's full size. So we can say 1:2, or we can just type 0.5 and pick OK. Now you can see it didn't shade that. So first off, you can go into this little box. You'll see there's a light box around there, and just pick and hold down with your left button and drag that over to the right. And what we want to do is show this shaded. So we're going to double click on this, and that's going to open up our view again. And then right up here you have 3 boxes. One says with hidden lines, it would show hidden lines. One says hidden lines removed. And the last one over here says shaded. So we're going to pick on shaded and pick OK. And you can see what we have. And so we actually have the hidden lines in there. So I'm going to double click on that. I'm just showing you all the options here. You can uncheck hidden lines, but we want to keep the shaded checked, and pick OK. Hang on here. That should have removed the hidden lines. Let's go to no hidden lines like that and pick OK. There we go. And now they're out of there. All right, so that's our first one. We're going to use base view, and we're going to go and we're going to place the axle base next, which would be this guy right here, and pick open. Same thing, we want to pick on our view cube. In this case, I'm going to pick on the upper right corner, and that is the orientation we want. We want it to be shaded, so we're going to pick here. It's already saying the scale is going to be 1/2, so we're going to pick OK on that. And then we're going to move our cursor inside the box next to the view and drag this over like that. We'll go to base view again, pick on this button. This time we want to put the post block in and pick open. And again, we'll pick on this, and we'll pick on the corners. See, and as long as you just pick on the upper corner, you can rotate your part around until we get it the way we want it. And so this is the orientation that we want right there. We want it to be shaded, and we want it to be 1/2 scale. So we're going to pick OK there. So I'm going to double click inside my view there, shade it, and pick OK. There we go. And the last one we want to place in here is the roller rest bracket. So we pick on base, and we go pick roller rest bracket and pick open. And we're going to drag that over into here. We want to make sure it's shaded. And this time we're going to change our scale to 3=4. So this is going to be 3/4 scale, which is going to make it a little bit bigger. So not 3 + 4, 3=4. And let's see, we can pick OK on that. Now you can see it came in just as a front view, so I'm going to double click on it, which puts me into my view edit. And what I want to do is look at my view cube over here and pick on the upper right. I want it to be like that. And this time there are a couple of lines in here, these tangency lines that I would really rather not show. So I can go to display options, which is over here, and I'm going to check tangent edges. Let's see what happens when I do that. Looks like it put in hidden lines. I don't want my tangent edges to show, and I sure don't want the hidden lines in there. So we go back to here, click on that, and let's see. I don't know why I put the tangent edges on. There's another way to turn those off, and I'll show you how to do that right now. So we're going to pick OK on this. Oh, there, it took them out that time. Okay, so you can also just pick on a line, put your left button on there, and just it'll light up in red, and you can right click and you can turn off visibility, and that would take a line out. Now I want to leave that line in because it's a sharp corner. I don't want the tangent edges on the fillet that I have here or the fillet that I have over here. So all of the other views are half scale, but this view right here is 3/4 scale. So I'm going to move that over. You can roll your mouse wheel to scroll in and out, so we kind of want to get equal spacing with all these guys. Then I'm going to go up to Annotate, which is right up here, and I'm going to choose Text, and I'm going to go right above my tool slide, and I'm going to draw just a box. It's like drawing a text box in there, and I'm going to put caps on, and I'm going to type tool slide 1433, and then I'm going to press enter, and then I'm going to type notes and a colon and 1 period and a space and scale 1 equals 2 space. I'm going to space over like that, go to 2, and then I'm going to type material and a dash, and this is going to be 1020 steel. Now the other thing is, if I highlight this text and I look right here, it says 0.125, that's the text height. I'm good with that text height except for right here on the title. I'm going to come up here and I want to change my title. I'd like it to be 0.25, and I don't see that here, so I just want to highlight that in there and type 0.25 and press enter. All right, now I'm going to double click on this. I'm sorry. Just want to click it once, and I want to stretch this. I want to go over to the side a little bit so it fits all of that in there like that. All right, and then center that right above my view. All right, so what I would do next, I'm actually just going to pick on that and right click and pick copy, and right click and pick paste, put that right above there, put it right above here, and put it right above there like that. Then all I need to do is double click on it and go in here and type axle base for this one, and double click here and highlight this. And when I say highlight, I'm using the left pick button, post block, pick OK, double click here, highlight, roller rest bracket. And on this one, I need to change the scale. So I'm going to pick right in here where it says 1/2, and I'm going to say 3 equals 4, and pick OK. Now this one I'm going to pick, and I'm going to take this green dot right here and stretch it to the right, and then I'm going to drag. All I need to do is pick in there, not pick in there, just move your cursor in there, and then pick and hold down your left click button and drag that. So what I want to do is get these notes kind of uniformly spaced, maybe even at the same height sort of, and just make my drawing look uniform, or as much as I can here. I'll bring that up. I might even drag this view up and drag this view up and over a little bit and make everything look good like that. Now that seems a little high on the sheet, so if I do a left to right window, just I pick over here and drag across and then let go, I should be able to drag all of this stuff in one shot and do that. Now I really did not want to drag this, so I have to drag that guy up, and I want to keep it right on the corner. So when you select everything by doing your left to right, it's better to not include that revision history block in here. So if I zoom in, I have my material is noted, I have my notes, I have this filled out. You will have your 5 numbers right in here at sheet 1 of 1. You should have your name right here, and your name should not go into the border. So if you need to just use your last name or your initials to make sure it doesn't run out to here, you should also have today's date on there. And then what you would want to do is come up here and pick on save, and you can do a file, save as, and give it a new name, because right now it's going to save it as my ANECAD prototype, which I don't want to do. So I'm going to pick on this, and I would pick file, save as. And what I want to do is come down here to file name and type daily work projects, and then pick save. And it says something about blah, blah, blah. You know, do I want to save this? multiple files are in the updated session, I would pick OK, and then that saves it. So that finishes this part of the project. So the next thing you would want to do is print this. And so you can go, there's a printer right up here, and you can pick on the printer. And instead of printing this to a room, I actually want to print it as an Adobe PDF. And I want it to be the current sheet. I want it to be, I'm going to choose best fit, and I'm going to preview this and see what I get. Now, what it's doing is it's forcing a 17 by 11 sheet to an 8.5 by 11 background. So I'm going to pick close, and then I'm going to go back to my printer again, and it remembers everything that I just did. And but I'm going to pick on properties this time. And what I want to do is change my paper size. So PDF paper size, I'm going to pick on that. I want to scroll down and see if I can find a, let's see, I want a 17 by 11. So I can go with a B size sheet, but I think actually I'll get to pick 11 by 17 right here, pick OK, and then pick preview and see what that looks like. And you can see that that fills the sheet much better. And then pick print, and what it will do is it will save this as a PDF. And after you save it as a PDF, you can actually upload it. So I'm going to go ahead and pick print and pick OK. And it's going to ask me where I want to save that. So I'm going to put it in one of my folders here. And it's going to be called Daily Work Project. I'm going to pick save like that, pick OK. All right. Now I'm going to drag over to here and show you that to upload this, what I want to do is, let me find my uploads. Oh, you're going to come right down here, scroll down, and right here where it says submit the daily work assignments drawing file as a PDF. You're going to click on that, and you're going to browse for local files, and you're going to attach that new file to this, and you can add comments in there, and then you're going to press submit. And what that does, it comes directly to me into my Blackboard gradebook. All right, so you're going to browse the local files, and you will go find the wherever I just saved that guy at, and it's actually this guy right here, Daily Work Project PDF, and pick open, and it will load that, and then all I have to do is press submit, and then that will submit that to me. Now, obviously, I don't want to submit my own to myself, so I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to press escape, and that is the end of this video.